Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I am going to be going over some of the smaller details and Easter eggs found within our amusement park. As you may know, we recently did a huge amusement park update. We probably spent more time in this area than we ever have, and in our opinion, it looks the best it's ever looked. We're super proud of it. We love it. We love the outcome. And, in the brief overview that Jordan did on Bricksie, we sort of touched on all the basic details, more of an overview, but today I'm just going to be kind of walking through all of the smaller details that we put in here and all of the stuff that I worked on that maybe were a little more overlooked. First things first, starting with the Disney Castle platform, we've got a hidden Mickey right there. It's not so hidden, it's pretty obvious. But the stage itself is one big hidden Mickey, which, not to brag, that was not my idea. I love it. I think it's awesome. It really worked. Moving up, we sort of just got they're doing shows going on. They're all dancing. Some of the smaller details, little Easter eggs. We've got Sebastian, obviously from Little Mermaid. Then we've got, this is Gus from one of the Cinderella carriages. We've got a little tiara hiding over there. I believe I meant for that to be Princess and the Frog. On the other side, we actually have two frogs, which represents Princess and the Frog, or Tiana and Naveen. And then kind of hidden more on this side, we've got, it's not from a Disney set or anything, but it's Chameleon. That's supposed to represent Pascal. Something that we had in our amusement park in our last house, our last Lego room, was Tinkerbell coming down on a zip line. She hasn't been put back up since we moved. She was sort of never put back into place, so we just kind of put that on some fishing wire. So it's clear, you can't really see. But yeah, she's on the zip line, and of course she's coming right out of the tower. If you've ever been to Magic Kingdom, you've seen the fireworks, you know that Tinkerbell makes her big, great entrance during the show and comes down on a zip line. Throughout the park, we have a ton of little mini character meet and greets. So there is Anna, sort of hidden behind the Ferris wheel here, which I think is just absolutely hilarious. We've got like a staff lunch break going on. And of course, there is the cast member dressed as Donald, who's out of costume because it's his lunch break, so he's got his mask off. I love that little detail. We have some of the individual parts from the fairground sets or the people packs mixed all over the place. So here is some face painting going on as well. I love back here. Obviously, there's a bunch of, again, more of the fairground people pack there. There's another meet and greet, some photos. We use so many camera parts, just people taking photos everywhere. Here's a family with their selfie stick. I call this the Ron Swanson minifigure. Just the mustache. I don't know. He's hilarious. They're taking a selfie with Stitch in front of the castle. Over here, we've got Ariel just kind of hanging out in the fountain. That was, I don't know if she should really be in there, but that's where we put her. The fountain still, we've got this guy over here throwing a coin into the fountain. We had a fairy godmother mini doll that was sort of just sitting in a drawer, so I figured she could go next to our little costume shop, which is supposed to represent Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique in the Disney parks. Over by the bathroom, you can see a figure who, ran off a roller coaster or something, didn't make it to the bathroom or the garbage, which is right next to him in time. He's puking. Then we have a janitor cleaning it up, not looking too impressed. In that same area, we of course also have Moaning Myrtle. Once again, we didn't really know what to do with her. Figured that was just a good place for her to be. Probably one of my favorite details in the entire amusement park is this. When I was trying to figure out what color I wanted to do for my souvenir shop, I initially went with the blue so it could match this cone that I had. And then I was like, hey, I want a purple wall. So if you are familiar with Magic Kingdom, You know, the famous purple wall, it is huge. It is so popular. Everyone goes there to take their photos. So here we have it. I'm going to call it an influencer. They're taking a photo on the purple wall. And obviously with the souvenir shop, this glass roof panel area, that's supposed to be another hidden Mickey. Speaking of influencers, I specifically made this figure here taking a photo of her food before she eats it. I thought that was super funny. Another meet and greet going on here. We've got the Space Minnie and Mickey. We essentially took all of the components of the, I can't remember what it's called, but the Disney 4 Plus set that recently came out, the space one. We took all of the elements of it, kind of took some parts apart, adjusted them a little bit, and just kind of made like a really cool meet and greet area. If you're familiar with amusement parks or Disney parks specifically, they have their meet and greet areas are themed sometimes. So that was the intention with that. Speaking of those sets again, we took the Minnie and Daisy ice cream shop, kind of adjusted it, modularized it slightly, gave it a back, and stuck it next to, I believe this was the ice cream little shop that came with the Toy Story 4 Plus set. So we made those work together. Daisy is serving the ice cream. Yet again, another meet and greet. We've got villains. We've got the camera. This guy's pretty scared. Who wouldn't be? These are a bunch of bad guys. Over at the go-kart queue, this guy is holding up the line as he checks his phone. This hotshot set, which is a Bricklink designer set, had a few changes done to the base of it. We ended up just changing the base plate for it, tiling it a bit differently, and then giving it a border with a dark bluish gray. And it sort of just works in better to that area now. Some of these details I think we added after our overview. But anyway, here is Dumbledore and McGonagall. They're on the little balcony above our platform 9 3/4 train station. They are drinking butterbeer. And over here, we've got a mandrake. I started to put a plant together to put on the table, and I was like, you know what? We have like 5 Neville minifigures from the CMF series, so we've got more mandrakes than we know what to do with. So let's just stick one there. Of course, our platform 9 3/4, we got the gang hanging out waiting for the train. This little guy, Peter. Kind of took some of the parts from the original train and the set and just worked them in over here. Then, of course, attached to the train station, we have like a little picnic area. Pretty fun. Just a place to eat and wait for the train. Which, of course, in this case is just supposed to be a ride. So, you know, in the train, we've got Dementor. We've got the gang in the first car. In this car, we just have some other civilians. And then there's the gang. So they're all there because we had 2 of the sets. So they're in the cart as well as on the platform. Back to that Toy Story Carnival set. I sort of took the base off of this part. This reminds me of the Toy Story Mania ride in Hollywood Studios. But anyway, I took the base off of it. I filled in where it's striped with all those colors. It was just see-through. There was nothing behind it, but I just kind of made a wall matching the colors of that large printed enormous piece and made the ride a bit more compact, and it fits a lot better into that area between Hot Shots and this little Lego booth. Also, in placing all those Toy Story parts of that set, came up with this idea. There's like a little meeting going on here. Bo Peep, Buzz, and Woody, as well as, oh, I can't remember their names. Bunny, I think? The 2 toys? Yeah. little meeting going on inside the roller coaster. This area over here kind of gets overlooked because it's right in the middle. It's sort of hard to film. But we have another meet and greet. It is Alice and the Cheshire Cat. So again, there's always, grandparents or family taking photos. So we used lots of camera pieces throughout the whole amusement park. So there's lots of pictures going on. Even with this part of the Legoland set, I believe that was 2 different parts. There's this mini micro city area, and then that sign. This was actually, I believe, the entrance part of the set. Anyway, we sort of mashed those together and just made it a cool part of the go-kart track. So we really tried to take elements from all these different kind of smaller sets. So Toy Story, the Disney 4+, all of the sort of amusement park smaller sets, the People Pack, all that. Take them apart, kind of put them all over the place so they're spread out and they just add more detail throughout the park. And I think we did a really good job of, spacing everything out. It's a lot more compact. There's a lot going on. A lot. There's lots. Here's all our food vendors. Yeah. I think we did a really good job with the amusement park. We're really happy with it. Can't forget about the ghosts from the haunted house scaring the guests. This one is just waiting to jump out at somebody. And how could I forget about this guy? Here is the Mickey plane. We just stuck him on some trans clear panels to make it look like it's flying. I think we still meant for it to look like it's like a statue or something, but it's flying over the entrance. That was very fun. We were kind of looking at that, not sure what to do with that set. Again, all of the 4+ Disney sets took a little while to figure out what we were going to do, but I think that we did a good job of making them work in the amusement park. They all have different rides, food booths, all that. So yeah, I think it really worked. Got obviously all of our trees and greenery that we worked in. Lots more details than ever before. So even the little walls, we just used gray plate or brick topped with tile, and that's the same all over. Anyway, that was sort of all over the place, but there's details spread throughout. And hopefully that gives you a little more insight on all of the random little Easter eggs and the details that we threw into the amusement park. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned. Thanks everybody, bye!